Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another edition of Wrestling Results here on this channel. Tonight we have Impact on AXS TV results from September 9th, 2021. What will happen on an all-new Impact just 9 nights away from Victory Road? The action starts right now. Knockouts Tag Team Champion Rosemary with Havoc versus Tasha Steelz with Savannah Evans. Following Tasha Steelz' blindside attack on Rosemary last week, the Demon Assassin is out for revenge. Rosemary locks in upside down to gain control in the early going. Rosemary launches herself off the top rope, but Tasha avoids the incoming drop kick. Tasha hits a step-up bulldog for a near 2 count. Tasha baits her into the corner, but Rosemary comes back with the spear to win. Knockouts Tag Team Champion Rosemary and with Havoc defeated Tasha Steelz with Savannah Evans. Sorry, I thought I jumped ahead here, but I didn't. After the match, Savannah Evans distracts Decay, allowing Tasha to steal their Knockouts Tag Team titles. Ace Austin tries to pursue Scott D'Amore into putting Impact World Championship champion Christian Cage in a match next week. Just days before their title clash at Victory Road, D'Amore sees right through him and instead announces a huge 10-man tag where Christian Cage and Ace Austin must team with 4 partners of their choosing. Ace Austin recruits Madman Fulton and Brian Myers as his first 2 partners. Eric Young baptizes Rhino in the holy waters of change, bringing his recent punishment for failure to recapture the Impact World Tag Team titles to an end. Next, we have Impact World Tag Team Champion Carl Anderson with Doc Gallows versus Rich Swann Bunkhouse Brawl. Rich Swann seeks vengeance on Carl Anderson after the Good Brothers sent Willie Mack to the hospital just 2 weeks ago. There are no disqualifications, no countouts, and anything goes in what promises to be a wild bunkhouse brawl. Swann quickly takes Gallows out of the question with a dive to the outside. Swann sidesteps Anderson, sending him crashing through a wooden board. Swann delivers a pair of low blows to both of the Good Brothers. Swann falls victim into the numbers game, allowing Anderson to turn the tide with a vertical suplex on the exposed ramp. Gallows hooks the leg of Swann, giving Anderson the chance to capitalize with a spine buster, a big spine buster. Swann heads to the top, but Gallows pushes him. Anderson hits the gun stun onto a table to win. Impact World Tag Team Champion Carl Anderson with Doc Gallows defeat Rich Swann in the bunkhouse brawl. After Knockouts champion Deonna Purrazzo brutally attacked Mickie James during her in-ring return at NWA 73, Mickie says that Purrazzo is going to find out what hardcore country is all about. Matthew Rodlet challenges Jay Miguel to a match next week. Impact World Champion Christian Cage recruits X Division Champion Josh Alexander to be on his team for a 10-man tag match next Thursday. Alexander is honored to join forces with the Instant Classic, but says he would be even more honored to step into the ring against him one day. Rohit Raju sarcastically questions whether he went too far when he hit Chelsea Green with the Tiger Knee to win last week's mixed tag team match. Rohit says that Matt Cardona is a coward who hides behind his woman, and that he and Shera are two real men. Chris Bay versus David Finlay. David Finlay looks to even the score after Chris Bay cheated to defeat him just 2 weeks ago. The brawl spills to the outside. In the opening moments, Bay evades, then gains control with a flying elbow across the back. Bay soars through the air, hitting a crossbody for a 2 count. Finally counters the art of flyings into a belly-to-back suplex, I should say. Finally rolls through and hits a sick backbreaker, and then locks in a series of submissions. Bay hits an impressive spinebuster, ALA, the machine gun, for the near fall. Bay tries to cheat once again, but this time Juice Robinson returns and pushes his feet off the ropes. Finlay rolls him up to score the victory. David Finlay defeats Chris Bay. After the match, the Bullet Club, Hikuleo makes his shocking Impact debut and assaults Finn Juice. Bay adds to the assault as he traps Robinson's leg into a steel chair and stomps on it. Scott D'Amore meditates the contract signing between dominant X Division champion Josh Alexander and the most decorated competitor in X Division right now in history, Chris Sabin. Both competitors show each other respect and shook hands after signing on the dotted line. Impact World Champion Christian Cage steps in to recruit Chris Sabin for his team next week. Inside Swingers Palace, TJP puts money on Steve McLean for his upcoming bout against Petey Williams. TJP asks Fallah Bahh and No Way for their help with something. Just as they're revealing, Su Yung and Kimberly arrive. Steve Macklin versus Petey Williams. The intense feud between Steve Macklin and Petey Williams explodes in this heated grudge match. Macklin slows the pace by catching Petey Williams in the mid-air with a vertical suplex. Macklin continues his dominance with a modified backbreaker. Petey hits a sliding baseball drop kick, followed by a slingshot head scissors on the floor. Just as Petey is going for a Canadian destroyer, TJP leads No Way Congo line to the ring. McLean capitalizes off the distraction with mayhem for the 2 all for all to win. Steve McLaren defeats Pete Williams. Gia Miller interviews Eddie Edwards ahead of his main event match against Moose tonight, following last week's events that saw Moose and W. Morrissey deliver a 2-on-1 beatdown to Edwards. Sami Callihan asks him if he changed his mind about wanting his help. Edwards once again declines his offer when the Impact World Champion asks Christian Cage them both to be on his team in next Thursday's 10-man tag. Edwards tells him that he must make a choice between the two of them because he will never be on the same team as Callihan. Moments later, W. Morrissey and Moose offer themselves to be on Ace Austin's team. Moose with W. Morrissey versus Eddie. Oh my God. Eddie Edwards. Sorry about that. On one of Impact's World Wrestling most storied rivals will have another chapter written as Moose and Eddie Edwards collide once again. Moose puts his power on display in the early going as he takes Edwards off his feet with a thunderous shoulder tackle. Edwards hits a series of chops to build momentum. But Moose shuts him down by driving him into the steel ring post. During the commercial break, Moose distracts the referee, allowing Morrissey to assault him at ringside with a big boot. Both men exchange strikes as Edwards gains control with a huge clothesline that turns Moose inside out. Edwards has the match won, but Morrissey puts his foot on the ropes. Edwards retaliates against Morrissey and dives into him with a burst of speed. Moose capitalizes off the distraction, connecting with the no jackhammer needed spear for the win. Moose with W. Morrissey defeats Eddie Edwards. Post-match, a huge brawl breaks out involving the members of next week's 10-man tag. W. Morrissey and Moose double-team Edwards when Alicia makes the save with a kendo stick. Morrissey is about to give her a chokeslam, but Sami Callihan appears in the ring and hands Edwards the equalizer, a Louisville Slugger baseball bat. Eddie Edwards and Callihan join forces to clear the ring before agreeing to join Christian Cage's team next week on Impact, and Impact goes off the air. So next Thursday at 8/7 Central, Access TV, do not miss the final Impact before Victory Road. Impact World Champion Christian Cage, X Division Champion Josh Alexander, Chris Sabin, Sami Callihan, Eddie Edwards battle Ace Austin, Madman Fulton, Brian Myers, W. Morrissey, and Moose in a Castle 10-man tag match, plus even more. Guys, thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell so that way you guys do not miss an upload here on this channel of wrestling results here on this channel. I'm Unstoppable, and I'm out.